Hello students, teachers, parents and all the well-wishers. Welcome back to another examination, effective preparation. And examination, the most important, most interesting and most scoring. The kind of part of paper you find it is your diagrams, your maps and the different derivations. Diagrams, maps, derivations, very interesting and at the same time little tough and good scoring. Today my tip about diagrams. The first time you're exposed to diagram is when you have your textbook and when you go through every leaf of the textbook. The second exposure is when your teacher is trying to draw on the board and giving you a practice. Along with her, you will be drawing in the class. The third time is you practice in the class or at home. And fourth time is when you draw that diagram in your science record. Either biology record or physics record or chemistry record. So you present this. These many times you are exposed to these diagrams. This is not enough to present your diagram faster and then with all the accuracy and labeling and title, very important. The heading of the diagram, the labeling of the diagram. Take for example, biology diagram. Biology, if you look at, you have dicot root, monocot root, and if you look at all the cells, you might have practiced thoroughly. Before the examination, you may not find the time to draw this again and again 2-3 times in your practice notebook. My simple tip for you, already we have practiced many times, you drew in the record also you have done, but just before the examination, you can always have your text and the size of the diagram in the text and the size of the diagram you put in your answer script almost should be the same because it's the same paper, same size of examination paper you will get it. Either A4 or A5. Either vertical or horizontal papers. But here, when you practice before the examination, make sure that you have a pencil in your hand all the time whenever you prepare for the examination. And you try to draw like you trace the diagram, but don't trace from the side of your drawing tip, but turn your pencil and try to trace the diagram. Draw it a minimum of 3 times and a maximum of 5 times. When you do this tracing from the back side of the pencil for 3 to 5 times, you get the accuracy of the size. You remember very well how the particular cells or the particular thing, either in the physics when you practice the screw gauge or the vernier calipers, or in the chemistry, any of the experiments, the beakers or anything, you can just practice drawing it from the back side of your pencil again and again. You can trace it. It register in your mind because you do it so many times. You get the dexterity of your hand so that your fingers also ready. When you have an arch, only that much arch. You don't go bigger diagrams or you don't go smaller diagrams because you have practiced the right size and the right page of the diagram quite number of times before your examination. So this is a wonderful tip I want everybody to follow with regard to presenting your diagrams in the science examination. And always remember to have the heading on the top of the diagram which carries mark. And always have a labeling. Suppose this is your paper, your labeling should be onto your right hand side. If the labeling is many in number, then maybe 1 or 2 to the left hand side, but always use a scale to draw the straight line. Don't draw as you have the wheel spikes. Don't do it, but a straight line nicely with the pencil and label it neatly. Definitely you will score full marks for your presentation of the diagram. Now coming to the maps, same rule application for the map. If you look at the map, you might have exposed yourself in the map. We don't draw the map much in our examination, but you have the outline maps given where you have to have the place. Map pointing is very important. This also the same. You can practice 3 to 5 times, turning your pencil back, have a clear outline maps, write them nicely, what are the map pointing things, and this is also carries full mark if you are very clear. When you do it minimum of 3 to 5 times, it helps you to register nicely in your mind. The derivation part also, when it comes to the map, this is the same technique for the diagrams and map. You can use it, but when it comes to the derivation part, you have to do the derivation, the practice of the derivation, a minimum of 3 times and a maximum of 5 times. Definitely you will not miss any of the step in the derivation part, any of the important statements in the derivation part. So children, this is very important to remember the map pointing, the diagrams, their labeling and the heading, and the derivation part. This carries a good number of marks in your examination, and don't take this as a very simple one, but when you really present in the examination, we may not recollect all. That is why though they may look easier, but practicing them in the right manner will help you to present these things pretty well in all your examinations so that you can score good marks. Take care. Have a blessed day.